Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. These clowns just don't get it. One has to ask oneself, why are they pushing so hard to destroy Donald Trump? Whether it be through lawfare, mainstream media such as this, what are they truly, truly afraid of? He'll destroy democracy? Well, that's not true. The republic will fall? No, that's not true. There'll be more wars in World War III? No, not under Trump. What is it about that they hate him so much? So they got marching orders for the powers that be, and we can go into the fact what's the powers that be. Donald Trump told Judge Napolitano that the judge took exception to the fact just before Trump left the White House that he didn't make public all the JFK files. And President Trump said, I seen those. I seen the JFK files, and I know what's in them. And that's the reason why I can't make them public. And he said to the judge, if you saw what was in there, you wouldn't make them public either. What secrets? What is going on? Why? You have to ask yourself, it's not about saving democracy, why they're going after Trump. Why are they doing it? Anyway, let's listen to Morning Joe Scarborough, and his wife, Mika, and whoever on the right there. I forgot the guy's name. I don't watch MSNBC that much. But the funny part is Joe's talking. Look at the look on the guy on the right's face. And Mika, Joe's wife, look at her face. This is like they got a big shot of Novocaine. Let's listen.
He's talking about a bloodbath for America. It's laid out in the terms of it. And these idiots on Twitter, these idiots on cable news, these idiots on Sunday shows going, well, presidents, he was talking only about the auto. And
as soon as he did that, look at Mika look down at her coffee cup. Look at the guy at the right. He either got a big shot of Novocaine or he has a serious gas pain and he's trying to hold it. I mean, look at these guys. Even she's looking down like, Joe, what the frick are you doing, dude? And she's married to him. Let's continue.
Industry, and this is one more. It's just bullshit. Let me say that at 6:15 a.m. It's just bullshit.
Look at her eyes go
He
up.
knew what he was doing. We're not stupid. Americans aren't stupid. He was talking about a bloodbath.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
So Donald Trump mentioned a bloodbath to a bunch of people that were auto workers, or at least the area where the auto workers live. A bloodbath, if they're building factories in Mexico and the manufacturing of cars is being taken out of the U.S. We were the #1 car manufacturer in my lifetime and not too long ago. And now it's all being exported out. And Trump said he would stop it. If he doesn't get elected, there'll be a bloodbath. I saw the speech. Of course, obviously, he was talking about the auto industry. But now it's talking about a real bloodbath. Blood will be shed. People will pass away. I can't use the proper word here. The algorithm will kill it. The question is, does Joe Scarborough actually believe this bullshit? Let's listen on. And look at the guy at the right. He's just, I don't know if he's even blinking. And Mika's still staring down at her cup.
Sometimes a bloodbath means a bloodbath. And when he finishes by saying, and that's just going to be the least of it, seriously, these people may be stupid. We're not.
Now, here's a video that same day. I think it's Fred Lutz, something like that, talking about if he had to bet $100,000 on who would win the presidential election, who would he choose? And Frank Lutz has been around a long time. Top Democratic pollster. He's the one that put up the warning signs for the Democrat Party in 2016. Frank's made a lot of money, and he's a very good pollster. Even though he is a Democrat pollster, I think he's a decent pollster. And I don't like his views sometimes, but I think he's a great pollster. Look what he says when he's asked, if you had to bet $150,000 on the election, who would win? It's amazing. It truly is.
If you had to bet $150,000 on who's going to win in November, who would you bet on?
I never dreamed that I would say this, but I would bet on Trump. I thought it was done. I thought it was over. You don't come back from an impeachment. You don't come back from January 6th. You don't come back from any of this. But
You can come back from it because it was total bullshit. Total bullshit. May 29th, I believe the day it was, is when they surrounded the White House and put President Trump in the bunker, and they all laughed when several dozen Secret Service officers were hurt. Thankfully, none seriously. When they tried to burn down the church across from the White House, attended by James Madison, our fourth president, the so-called father of the Constitution, the church that he attended. And the church was saved, but nonetheless, they burned down 2 guard shacks, put the president in a bunker, yet nothing happened. That wasn't an insurrection? Oh, okay. It's amazing to me. And the reason why you don't hear about it more and people aren't being prosecuted is because the Republicans have no balls or backbone.
come back. The guy's a survivor. And his opponent is having so much trouble that I would, at this point, give the edge to Trump.
And there you have it. Frank Luntz, one of the top Democrat pollsters. And look at these mental pygmies. Like I said, Mika and the guy on the right looks like they just got a big shot of Novocaine while Joe's running his mouth at 6:15 in the morning. It's amazing to me. Why are these people so hell-bent on destroying Donald Trump? It's not about saving the republic. You have to ask yourself, why are these pieces of shit, and most of them are, not all, but most, why are they hell-bent on destroying Donald Trump? What does he know that they're afraid of? What is he going to do to dismantle the deep state? There's a lot at stake here. The enemy of my enemy is my friend type deal. Even you people that are on the fence for Donald Trump, think about this for a minute. Have you ever seen such a coordinated attack between intelligence agencies, the deep state, and bureaucrats in Washington, the world elite? When I say elite, I mean multi-billionaires. The entire Democrat Party, without exception, 95% of the mainstream media, including cable news, 90-something% of websites, all coordinated. The current White House, the Department of Justice, individual attorney generals, i.e. the state of New York, Letitia James. It is hell-bent on bankrupting him and destroying him. We all know, you don't have to be Nostradamus to figure it out, that if he had not run for re-election, none of this would be happening. You have to ask yourself, what does he know that is so bad for these people? I don't mean the list of the plane to a certain island, which I can't name because the algorithm will screw up this video. What is it that they're afraid of? People only act this crazy when they're afraid and they're scared and they lash out. They don't know what to do. Granted, the Democrats have always ran their mouth with a Republican candidate. Did it with Bush, They did it with Trump. They did it with Bush Sr. They did it with Ronald Reagan. You know, the election's not illegal. He's improperly elected. They did it with Ronald Reagan, Bush Sr., Bush Jr., right down the line, Donald Trump. The Democrats always say that. But they only say it for a few weeks after the election, and then they play their politics. This is something different. This is something so off the wall that I can only imagine, and you're going to fill in the blanks with what you want. What does Donald Trump know that they're scared to death of? Because once he's sworn in, he's going to expose a God knows what and God knows who. And go through the FBI, the CIA, the DOJ as a department. Everything, EPA, Department of Education, right down the line. He won't have to worry about running again because he already had one term. What are they so hell? I get the politics of it. You pretend that your opponent's a monster. I used to be a local elected official in upstate New York. I get it. You demonize your opponent. Blah, blah, blah. I get it. But this has been ongoing for almost a decade. 9 years. 9 years with relentless attacks. Relentless from every corner of media, including social media. And now, if they can't control Twitter, now X, that's why they were freaking out. They need to control the narrative to win. And those of you that think, why do they let 10, 15, 20 million unlawful migrants into the country? They're trying to build a base to have permanent one-party rule. They're afraid to death of Donald Trump. Not because he's evil, and not because he'll destroy the country, and not because he'll start World War III, because he will go after them. I don't know how Trump does it. I really don't. When you see him, the man seems stress-proof. I don't know what the deal is. It's one of the few people I know, or any president for that matter, that looks the same or younger when they got out than before they went in. It's amazing to me. The man seems stress-proof. He says he prays. Maybe that helps. I don't know. But you have to ask yourself, and before I end this video, ask yourself rationally. Not that he's a threat to democracy or World War III or any of that crap. Why are they so hell-bent on destroying him and so he won't become president? Ask yourself that question. Fill in the blanks to that question. And that's what will help you decide who to vote for. These people lie for a living. They affect tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people. And they're lying for a reason. People usually lie when they're trying to hide something. If Trump gets elected, I pray, if he gets elected, he's going to expose them all. And God knows what that will be. And they are terrified of being exposed. Think about that the next time you vote, especially for president and Congress. And until the next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.